I don't think we started. Oh, it says we're on air. Okay, so I think we're live again. After some issues, we're gonna have a little bit lower quality, but we'll see what happens as we've got a yellow in Sector 2. It is Kitten Petter who's dropped all the way down to 18th.
No.
Indeed, as Segrist extends that gap to Bodhod and Bomb Tree is sneaking in the background. It looked like it was going to be a good start for Haas, but obviously Kitten Petter's got to work his way back. And, you know, I guess the most important thing for Segrist is he's kept it on the track. He's had a few battles, he's lost a few battles, but the difference has been he's been able to keep the car on the circuit. Is still caution 3 through just into lap number 6, and DK, it's about right about now, maybe in the next 2 or 3 laps we'll start seeing some pit stops, as Kitten has, I think, just retired in the pits.
He's left the session. He has not retired from the race though.
Okay, so his AI car is putting on some mediums.
But I would say yes, now would be the time to put on those mediums and go to the end of the race.
We'll see how well these guys can stretch the softs. I think to a point you can be able to stretch the softs, which if you can keep them cool enough, I think they can go at least 9 or 10 laps, but I guess we'll see, and also we'll see where those medium runners come out, but it looks like they've been struggling. iFunner leading the medium group in 13th place. Is looking down the order, looks like Bam Bam's on the move. So go around the outside of SRS and make that move stick for the racing point up to 5th.
Yeah, most definitely you can definitely stretch those softs out, maybe 8, 10 laps. But personally, I would want to get off softs as soon as possible. I feel like the medium tires, you can just make them last a whole lot longer than the softs.
Gonna go on the TV pod of Porridge. Sorry, we're going on TV pod of Porridge and follow his McLaren through Lesmo 1 and 2, and she's got that dirty air to deal with. Those old soft tires trying to follow behind the back of SRS as they both have DRS.
Top 4 all out of DRS range, so the closest battle is for 5th right here. AM runs wide through the middle part of Ascari, and Portage is going to have a great run to the Parabolica.
Yeah, he's going to put that McLaren to the outside. I think ARAM having a little bit of issue with handling of his Renault. And
ARAM has wing damage.
Okay.
You didn't know. Yep.
That says a little bit, as now it'll be Porridge's turn to go around the outside of SRS and up into 6th place. A good run so far for Porridge. His teammate Arkaka right on the edge of points as well in 9th. As everybody continues on, another lap on the softs.
Andrew closing up on Bomb Trees within half a second. It was within half a second, but he's looking for a podium spot here, coming up to the second DRS zone.
Number 24 AlphaTauri. Oh, that's a Jeff Gordon fan of Andrew right there, and it doesn't look like he's utilizing his DRS. I don't know if he might have an issue with it.
Bomb Tree looks like he's a bit squirrely coming out of some of these corners. Probably the softs giving him some trouble.
I do apologize for the quality, but my internet obviously wasn't having it on 720, so a little bit pixelated, but it's kind of the best we could do given the circumstances tonight. As Segrist continues to hold on to that about 1.5 lead. Here's Andrew. Andrew will tuck in behind Bomb Tree. As SRS ARAM does make that wing change. as he changes to the medium tire.
Google Doogle going on the inside of iFronter in the turn 1. We'll easily get the move done.
So the pair of medium tire runners going after it. No further.
I would say with the medium tire runners right now only being about 24 seconds back off the leader. Once these soft guys start pitting, they'll be looking at potentially trying to pull a gap away. But it'll be a close. It'll be close.
We'll see who decides to come in first. I think this front group is pretty packed together. Seagrass and Bodhod both continue.
Bottom tree in from P3. He gets 5 seconds on the pin entrance.
Oh, so not a good start for Bomb Tree, and he'll be racing a little bit behind with that nagging speed penalty.
Arcaka in as well.
He served a penalty, it looked like, on the exit anyways. And Arcaka has a penalty to serve as well, so a lot of these guys spending a lot of time in the pits. Bodhod wide exit coming out of that corner, headed down towards the sky.
We'll throw this out there. Pretty interesting to see Bam Bam not have the speed like he did last week with China having a really long straight. He seemed to have the straightaway speed, but here at Monza he just lacking just a little bit. I expected him to be a little bit faster, more challenging for the lead.
Yeah, Bam Bam running a lot of practice at Italy as well. I ran a practice session with him as Porge is going to go for the undercut, stuck behind Bam Bam, and gets it safely down under 50 miles an hour, headed to the pits.
The top two are still on the track, running 10 laps on their soft so far. I do expect them to be in within the next lap, maybe two more laps. I don't see them going any further.
We'll have Bomb Tree flash by. Bodhod picks up another penalty. And here's Bomb Tree coming up on Porridge as he exits the pits, and we'll have the move done. Heading into the first chicane. It might take a little while for Porridge for those mediums to come up to temperature.
I got excited. I thought Bodhod was putting a move on Seagrass, but it's just getting better.
We got Bam Bam closing in on Andrew, it looks like, and Andrew starting to fall off the pace, and I think now is the time for those softs to come off and put the medium tire on.
I feel like you gotta do it now if you want to have any sort of speed. Yeah, Seagrass is in, Bodhod's in, so the top two are in.
Here comes Andrew as well, and Bam Bam will decide to try to get it down. Almost ran into the back of Andrew and took a 5-second penalty. That was awfully close. Would have caused Bam Bam even more trouble, would have had front wing damage.
Gru ended up staying out right there, so he's going to go one more lap, I would say.
Might not be a bad strategy. Scream Media also stays out.
It's going to be interesting to see like whose car's better on the medium tire between Seagrass and Bodhod. And you see if Bodhod can close up that gap.
Meanwhile, Bam Bam exiting the pits. Bomb Tree got him on the track, but now Bam Bam fighting back. They're going to go side by side into turn 4. And it's going to be Bomb Tree hanging on to that spot. Heading into Lesmo 1. Bomb Tree has his tires up to temperature, but Bam Bam should have them up by the time we get to Ascari. A lot of traffic back here from about 6th on back. People who haven't pit yet. Here's Bam Bam. He'll look around the outside, headed to Ascari. And he's got to give a little bit of a squeeze, some contact, but it was alright. And Bombtree lost a lot of time with that contact as Bam Bam looked like didn't give him that much space.
Me as well after 11 laps on the soft.
Settles things down a little bit. Of course, Google Doogle's still up here on the medium tire. So he's done pretty well for himself, but pit stops moved him up to 3rd place for the moment. Teammate right behind him. Looks like the top 2, though, have kind of checked out from everybody else.
I think the one on the move is going to be Bam Bam. He seems to be making a charge up through the field.
P-Dog gets by SRS. Go back up to Andrew. We'll see how easy or hard his teammate makes it. Yep, team orders there. Google Doogle lets Andrew by for 3rd place. Of course, Google on a different strategy, and now we'll probably try to hold up Porridge and Bam Bam. Yeah, this is a pretty good run for Porridge here. I mean, net 4th place at the moment.
Yes, I know the 2 McLaren guys are really looking for good results this race for sure. As we got a Red Bull spun out of Ascari, it's RJP.
He's looks like he's kept his wing on it though, and
We'll carry on. That's one of the mediums, one of the guys that started on the mediums. So maybe tire wear played a factor in the spin.
Take a look back at our pretty much little spots of action. Porridge and Google Doogle. Of course, Google trying to create that gap so his teammate Andrew can pull away from Porridge, and that undercut for Porridge actually seemed to be really working well. Got him back by Bam Bam. We'll see how tough Google Doogle makes it. Porridge doesn't seem to have a tremendous amount of straight line speed and gets a little bit of squeeze in. It's going to spin Google Doogle into the wall at Ascari. It's going to get back going right on the track, and makes things a little bit interesting there. He does have wing damage, and with the wing damage, I think we've got a full course caution. Nope. An issue.
Virtual safety.
VSC out for Kano.
Kano spinning out of the second Lesmo.
And this will should give an easy pit stop for Google Doogle and give him a chance to change his front wing. He does lose, though, going to lose time with that wing change, but it'll be a little bit better. iPhoner, interestingly enough, stayed out. He might have been, as Segrist gets a drive-through penalty. This leader drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC.
Oh no.
So that is going to be just a crucial gutting mistake for Segrist, and going to gift the lead to Badhad.
That's very unfortunate. This VSC in this game, those safety car starts. If you are not, below that delta, it will penalize you. Still catching people out.
Yeah, it's just one little thing. You got to make sure that you're not really. Personally, I think I make sure I'm not really close to that number when I hit the gas with it. So Segrist will stay out another lap. And what I think might be best for Segrist is if he can stretch the mediums a little bit and take them to, I think he's got 3 laps to serve. So if he waits until the end of that 3rd lap, he'll be able to maybe put on the softs and make a charge through the field.
I think if you go through the pits in a drive-through, it doesn't pit your car.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't pitch. That's right. Which is too bad because I think it would be beneficial at that point just to throw the softs on.
And definitely with 11 laps to go now, that would be the smart move.
I think this is all because Ricky said as long as the Mercedes doesn't win, I'm good. Well, Bodhad will now inherit the lead in just a moment, so unfortunately, Ricky, it's gonna be looking pretty for Bodhad in the Mercedes.
Do a penalty check on Bodhad real quick. Yes, Bodhad just has the 3 seconds. So with a 6-second gap right now, he should be good.
Look at the helicopter view on top of our Kaka, who looks like, I wasn't sure if he was losing ground or catching, and now it looks like he's catching the Mercedes of Grugos King. Seeger stays out on the track, so I think he's got to come in and serve that drive-through this next time, or might get disqualified if our information is accurate. Oh, Grugos King spins. He's in the middle of the chicane. Lost it on the exit, and now they're sliding through the grass and come back out, but that's a heartbreaker for Grugos King. He's really struggled so far today, back in 12th place.
I just hope the game told Seagrass he has the drive-through, because I've had glitches for me personally where it doesn't tell you about any of your penalties or any of your warnings or anything.
We'll see what's gonna happen if he... Nope, here he comes.
Yep.
So he gets it down to 50, so no speeding penalty. And to add insult to injury, yeah, no pit stop as well, so drive-through it is. And if he's lucky, he can come out in front of P-Dogs. And Seagrass now will have to be able to work his way through the field, and it does give Bodhad quite a lead up front. You had talked about the 3-second penalty for him, but still a pretty safe gap to Andrew, and it seems like Andrew is continuing to lose time as Grugos King retires in the pits.
Gru having a very unfortunate start to this season. I think that is 3 retirements in 3 races.
I think he was frustrated with his qualifying as well, kept getting invalidated lap times, so it is easy, you know, to have a real tough qualifying, and then even more difficult, you know, if you are in a compromised starting spot to then have to deal with everything else.
Definitely.
It looks like RJP's lost it once again, this time coming out of Parabolica. So it's Bodhad, and then Andrew almost 8 seconds back. Porridge closing in on the AlphaTauri. And then Bam Bam lurking as well in 4th. Would be quite something for Porridge to pull off the podium.
So Bodhad with 3 seconds and 1 warning. Even if he does pick up another penalty, which we hope he doesn't, he still has a pretty safe gap as of right now. As Porridge Power will get within the 1 second for DRS. Right here, coming up to the second DRS zone.
Porridge will get that, and we'll take a look. SRS under attack from the Haas of Bomb Tree, with Seagrass also lurking in the background. Yeah, it looks like Porridge gains a little bit, but does not pick up anything, and Bomb Tree will not gain all that much on SRS. Keep a look at this battle for 6th and also the battle for 5th and battle for 7th in the backdrop. Porge just did get DRS, though he fell out of the 1 second gap.
He was 5 seconds, or 5/10, I mean. Back
there we go. Bomb tree will keep it behind SRS. Not safe, not close enough to make a move. I think it seems to me that Porge gains a lot in the slower corners, but when we get towards Parabolica, Andrew gaps it out a little bit.
Andrew gaps it out, I think, every time on the straights, so he's got the car trimmed out for sure. Yeah, cause like I was saying, Porge had the gap down to 5/10 at the start of the pit straight, and then by the time they got it to the turn 1, it was already up to a second.
I think the big battle.
Porge having DRS.
Now we got quite a battle brewing for 5th place. As it looks like SRS might have had a poor exit coming out of Ascari, and that's let Bomb Tree right behind him. Meanwhile, you'll have Seegers potentially enter this battle as well once we get into turn 1. Bomb Tree really low on any ERS as well, so it's going to compromise it. Looks like Seegers is feeling racy. He's going to look to the inside, but then we'll tuck back in behind the Haas of Bomb Tree. Porge once again right on the back of Andrew within half a second.
AM picks up 3 seconds. Oh, AM really lost it on the second Lesmo. His Bomb Tree is going to have a run coming to Ascari. Will he send it? No, thinks better of it.
Seegers looked like he almost sent it in the back of Bomb Tree. I think he was expecting Bomb Tree to try to make a move. His Bomb Tree runs wide on the exit and probably picks up a warning for that. I want to watch this, but we've got Porge as well attacking Andrew, and now right up to the back of him, headed to the front straight. Running out of time in this race, already clicked off 21 laps, now working lap 22.
Porge is looking on the inside of Andrew in the turn 1.
Makes the move stick and lights up that right front. Oh, good
Andrew's
switchback
right
from Andrew. Oh, a little battle. Looks like Porge struggling on the exit, and Andrew with a terrific switchback to make the move stick. And yeah, now Porge with that poor exit will lose 2 spots. Take a look. Bomb Tree and Seegers. Seegers right behind Bomb Tree as we get a camera angle that really doesn't help anything at all. We're right on board. Bomb Tree. Can he get the move done? It goes way deep into Lesmo 2. Compromised exit, and now here comes on the inside Seegers, who flies by.
AM picks up another 3 seconds, 6 seconds for AM in 2 laps.
Meanwhile, Bam Bam now past Porridge. Looks like he's eyeing Andrew for second. Starting lap 23. He's got the DRS wing open. Low on the ERS. Has overtake off, but might be able to make the move stick regardless. And he'll take second place into turn 1 and will hold on for the exit. Andrew, does he have anything to fight back with? As we've had an issue. Oh, into turn 1. It is Segrist. Looks like he had a coming together too with Bomb Tree, And that's let SRS, ARAM, and P-Dog get through, and these guys lost about 5 seconds. And we just missed it. So, and now Bomb Tree with a dive through the grass. And they both come together again, and I think that's just more frustration from Bomb Tree. He's probably a little bit upset with what Seegers did. Might have tried to pull, I don't know, we didn't see the pass attempt, but obviously Seegers driving frustrated, or Bomb Tree driving frustrated. And now he's under attack for 8th.
Bam Bam picks up 3 seconds.
And Arkaka will go around the outside. So, and the biggest winner of all this is P-Dog, who's now closed up on the back of SRS-A.
With looks like a great run so far with the frustrating China race he had.
He's looking pretty sturdy in 6th place, and possibly could pick up 5th. Yeah, penalties galore up and down this field.
Oh yes, I know Baja with the 3 seconds. Bam Bam has 3 seconds, so.
And he's got an Alfa Romeo who DNFs in front of him. That was HS Moreira, who looked like he had a pretty good race going on his hand last week, but now obviously DNFs after that big incident on the exit of Lesmo 2.
So another virtual safety car restart. Hopefully it doesn't catch anybody out again.
Well, I'm interested to see. I don't think Bodhad would pit, but no, he won't. He's got such a big lead to this point. We'll see who can get a good restart.
With a 9.5 second lead, yeah, I mean, at this late in the race, with it on being a VSC, I think you just stay out.
As the yellows are still out. I'm worried about these guys. They look like they're running pretty quick. Okay, we're back to green. Bam Bam just ahead of Andrew and Porridge. All right there for 2nd.
P-Dog picks up 3 seconds, so potentially here Bam Bam has a 3 seconds time penalty, so that could drop him out of the podium.
I guess RS just lost 2 spots to Porridge or rather for P-Dog and Seegers. So now Seegers will look down the inside. Does he get the move done? Yes, he does. Around P-Dog. Back up to 5th place, so I think that's probably all he'll be able to do. As I don't think P-Dog's going away, but a tough break for the leader. It looked like he had the race in hand, and instead that drive-through penalty on the first VSC costs him.
The battle for 2nd is ramping up here in the closing laps. So we got a Williams spun outside of the turn 4 and 5.
It must be iFunner. That's P-Dog. Oh, P-Dog loses it at Ascari. P-Dog lost it on the exit of Ascari. There goes the battle for 5th. And we'll keep it green for most of the circuit. Local yellow there. And staying put is Andrew and Porridge. 2nd to last lap. Tough break for P-Dog. And that'll promote Rogue Wing to now getting some points back there in 10th. Things getting sloppy as the race goes on. Those mediums start to go away. My question is, I think Bam Bam has the faster car, but with DRS it's allowing these guys to stay with Bam Bam throughout the lap.
Definitely.
Might come down to the line, and obviously penalties might play a big role here for the battle for 2nd. Zbladhad will begin the final lap, white flag. to start the
I know for
last
sure
lap.
Bam Bam's got 3 seconds. I don't know about Andrew or Porter yet.
And also, really the tightest battle we have on track right now. Looked like Andrew maybe gave it a look, but decided against it. Against Bam Bam at the racing point.
I think that's going to be our battle up to the end of the race.
SRS still keeping it somewhat close with Segrist. Battle for 5th in the background, but we're going to follow around Bam Bam. I think we talked about he did lack some speed, but obviously with the Segrist penalty, and he was able to make his way past on his medium tire run, so obviously had this tire strategy as the race went on. Bam Bam seemed to just gather up more speed. And I think he'll be proud of his second place here. Sandry with one last look, but nothing doing. As we'll jump ahead and catch our race leader, Bodhad, in the Mercedes, coming around Parabolica for the final time, as he'll win America Tier 2 at Monza. Here comes Bam Bam, Andrew and Porridge shot on his heels. As the rest of the podium will be Bam Bam, and Andrew will get Bam Bam, and Porridge will get them both, so maybe that's why we didn't see some of the tight racing we could have. So Porridge second on penalties with Andrew third. Segrist will cross the line 5th, and will stay there. Arkaka will get promoted over SRS ARAM at Bomb Tree coming home 8th. Cream Media and the Williams quite a ways back there in P9 as Momtree and SRS 17 and 18 laps on those mediums. This Cream Media will get Bombtree. Bombtree missed quite a few penalties. Rogue will cross the line 10th. Here comes Google Dougal on those hard tires. Didn't really talk about him much later half the race. And iFunner 12th. And it looks like young DJ will be the last one to cross the line. Still in this race on the same lap. Back in 14th.
Well, I would say with the technical difficulties at the beginning, it turned out to be a pretty good race, I'm fair.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got at least something on the stream, and we a fairly clean race. Obviously, I think a lot of single car incidents, but I think consistency paid off for Bodhad, and the VSC obviously helped him promote him to the lead, but outside of that, he had a pretty straightforward race.
Reasonable, I believe. That is officially his first win in contest of speed, as he will not have this one taken away from him. His penalty's got his first win in Spain. So congrats to Bodhad with his first win.
And how about Porridge as well? Porridge, one of those guys we know that, he started out last year and struggled quite a bit with his teammate Arkaka. How about no penalties and a second place finish out of the Canadian?
That's a fantastic run. I know he'll be happy for that. I believe that's his first podium as well. Andrew, I think he may have got a podium last season, but good run for the top 3 tonight.
So again, we'll quickly run through the order. Bodhad, of course, your winner tonight in Italy. Porridge Power second. Andrews Fresh third. Bam Bam comes back to finish 4th. Segrist loses the lead on a drive-through penalty and finishes 5th. Arkaka and the McLaren is 6th. SRS Amram is 7th. Cream Media 8th. Bombtree and the Haas 9th. And Rogue Wing rounds out the point scorers here at Monza. Rest of the order: Google Dougal, iFunner, Rumfresh, Young DJ, and Kitten. Those four still finish on the track. Kitten Petter had a disconnection issue. And then the DNFers, P-Dog, HS Marrera, RJP, Grugos King, and Kano wraps up the order. So ironically enough, Kano set the fastest lap and finished 20th place. So no points for the bonus points for that. And I guess it is you're the lobby, you're host, so I guess best off if you can invite the podium.
Yeah, I got Porridge and Bodhad invited, but I don't have Andrew as a friend, so
okay,
you can get him.
I can get him, yeah.
noon for me, so but I'll call it evening.
Good win, Bodhad.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that battle with Seagrass, but I think you got a drive-through for the VSC, so that kind of killed that.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. It was kind of easy with all you guys fighting so hard, just to stay ahead, so... Yeah, it was a bit of a boring one, but good to get a win. You had, did you have any penalties at the end? You had zero?
No, I was actually P4 across the line and inherited second place.
Awesome.
All right, so let's get started with the podium interviews. Good race today, guys. Obviously, Monza difficult track, and we'll start with Andrew in P3. You were running towards the front, inherited second at one point, but then Bam Bam and Porch are right there at the end as well, and you got demoted to P3. But overall, congratulations, good race. I guess what was your biggest takeaways finishing third?
Yeah, thank you. I think that was a pretty decent race. Main takeaway is that a lot of the guys in this league can really brake late, and I seem to not be able to brake as late as them, so that's probably something to take away and work on. A lot of the times I saw the guys really lunging in, and I feel bad if one of the Renaults hit me, I think, and broke their wing. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, a lot of late breakers, but I think you especially, and I think Bodhot as well, we saw a lot of people having issues on the exit of the corners and maybe spinning their rear tires a little bit and losing that, and some of that's due to their late braking, but obviously you did a pretty good job, and it's not always the fastest into a corner, but most of the time it's the fastest out.
Yeah, no, there was a real good battle there, but I think it was me and Porridge there going into the first turn, and I really enjoyed that, and I just like racing here against these guys in this league and look forward to next weekend.
All right, well, sounds good, Andrew. You got a good race today, and get ready for Paul Ricard.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats to the other two podium finishers.
Cheers, good job, mate, as well.
All right. Well, we'll move on then to our second place finisher, who, again, tough to do driving a clean race at Monza, especially on this game where the warnings really catch you out. But Porridge, congratulations, man! Heck of a drive, and you had to battle your way through, but overall, I think your consistency really paid off.
Yeah, thanks. That's all I was aiming for, to get in DRS zones and get out of DRS zones behind me, and then to keep a clean race, and got lucky with the second place through penalties.
Yeah, you avoided a lot of the incidents, I think, and I think the biggest one too. We were wondering down to the end. You guys were all really close, second, third, and fourth, and you looked like you had more pace, but obviously you don't have to push it when you know the guys ahead of you might have penalties.
Yeah, I kind of knew that I think Andrew had 3 seconds. I wasn't aware of Bam Bam, so second place was a surprise, but I was just trying to keep it clean and get it across the line. All
right, well, you did a terrific job. I think probably, unless I might be wrong, I've missed some AM2 races, but Porridge best finish so far in Contest of Speed?
Yep. Second podium and best finish so far.
All right, well, obviously trending in the right direction. Congratulations, and hopefully you can climb to the top step of the podium next week at France.
Thanks for the hosting and the commentating, guys.
All right, well, wasn't a terrific job, but we figured it out just using some shoddy internet in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. So, we'll move on to Bodhad then. P1 finish, a very clean race from you, and the biggest thing, you got a little bit lucky. A little gift from Seagrass. He did get nabbed with speeding under the first VSE, and that did pretty much cost him the win. So, but obviously, just his earning, drove a clean race, and didn't really have to battle too much after that VSE.
Yeah, I guess that was the deciding factor. I noticed when the VSC came out, like I was only half a second down on the Delta, but he gained a little bit of time on me, so I was wondering, I know the Delta does some weird things sometimes. I was wondering what his kind of status was on that, and then 3 laps later he pulled in, so that was quite disappointing, because we had really, really even pace pretty much the whole first stint, and like before the VSC in the second stint, we were pretty much sitting at the 1.5 second mark the entire time. I think I was driving fairly clean. I'd make little mistakes, then he kind of would as well, so it just stayed at the 1.5 second mark. So it was kind of a gift to see him go into the pits, but it was also really disappointing because it kind of robbed us of a pretty good fight. And yeah, once that happened, I think I had like a 5-second gap behind, so it was just about keeping it clean and just trying to minimise penalties and mistakes. About 2/3 through the race, it started bucketing outside, and I've got like a tin roof, so I could barely hear my gameplay, so I made a few mistakes in the middle there. So I just had to get my head down and focus again. I think I got my penalty there, my 3 seconds, and started to close the gap again. But yeah, when I noticed those guys fighting so hard behind, I knew I just had to keep it on the black stuff, and then I'd probably be okay, which is what happened. So I'm pretty happy with P1. This will technically be my first win because I got demoted to P2 in Spain, so I'm pretty happy about that.
All right. Well, obviously, your first win, obviously, you just mentioned, had the penalties take away in Spain, but getting the win here in as we stand right now in Italy. Just congratulations, great race, and try to turn your headphones up next time so you don't hear the rain, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to.
All right. Well, terrific job. I guess I'll wrap things up. DK, obviously, terrific job for the race and contest of speed. Thank you for joining us to our stream. Obviously, things didn't go as well on the technical side, but we'll try to be better next week. Of course, stay tuned tomorrow. We'll do Tier 1 in the European 10 p.m. UK time. Always a fast group as they take on the Monza circuit. And then AM1 with DK and I and many others as well. Should have a fun one tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern in the U.S. Thank you for watching Contest of Speed. And again, stay tuned for more racing coming up this week from Monza on F1 2020. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.